Now, it does not get literally much harder than this. Well, it does, but this is incredibly hard and challenging for me. And, you know, if it's a struggle for you, don't feel bad. If it isn't, congratulations. Now, this is the Archer Elevated Deficit Rock Press. Pretty long name. Some things to keep in mind with the elevations, the deficit, so these 3 plates, 2 10 kilos here and a 15 here that I'm using. If you want to make the movement harder, you essentially increase the height of these. If you want to make it easier, you decrease the height of these. Some things to keep in mind, you don't have to use a plate. You can use a yoga block, whatever. Just make sure that it's a sturdy and safe surface to be applying pressure through. Being rubber weights and rubber flooring, it won't slide out from underneath me. And that's a very real risk that you need to keep in mind when performing this exercise. So I'm going to try my best to perform this movement. I'm only going to do 1 rep either side. But again, you do one side first, all your reps, then you do the other side after. And don't hate on me if it looks pretty poor. So, feet up on the elevation, hands on the deficit, hips are back in the air, hands are out slightly wider than what they usually would be with rock press. Tucking the chin, hips are back, coming down one side, pushing up. One more, push up, and then the other side. One more. Now, some things to keep in mind. I sort of hit my head on that last rep. Don't do that. Make sure it's slow and controlled when performing the movement. If you have to, you can start with your hands a little bit narrower, closer together, sorry. If it's really challenging, this will make it a little bit easier. But then as you improve, just work your hands out slightly further and further and further away. And that'll make it more challenging. Even though this is a single arm exercise, there's still going to be some assistance from the opposite arm. So that's okay. Don't feel bad. You're not doing anything wrong. So long as that side you're focusing and working on is literally doing 95% of the work of the movement. Other than that, focus on full range of motion, focus on control, focus and set something that's realistic within your ability. You know, stick to the reference points. If my head's not reaching the floor, my forehead, then chances are it's too challenging and I need to reduce it so that I can touch the floor. Other than that, maintaining your posture, keeping your hips up in the air as you perform the exercise. It's pretty straightforward, but just make sure you set the exercise up in such a way that you can actually do it correctly.